Good day, girls, and welcome to the class. Today we'll do Mathematics 2, that is Geometry, the second chapter, Pythagoras Theorem. We have already finished the first part of the chapter. Today we'll do the second and the last part of the chapter. Now, in the previous video, I have already explained you the Pythagoras Theorem and what do you understand by Pythagorean triplet. Now, in the first exercise, first sum, we have three numbers over here, 3, 5 and 4, and we have to say whether these three numbers are Pythagorean triplet. The Pythagorean triplet is related to Pythagoras theorem. Now you know that in the lower class, Pythagoras works for a right angle triangle. In any right angle triangle, the hypotenuse, that is the side opposite 90 degree, the hypotenuse is always the largest side. And when we say Pythagoras theorem, it states that h square, that is the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse square, that is h square, is equal to s1 square plus s2 square. Here s1 and s2 represents the perpendicular side of the triangle. So here we have three numbers, 3, 5 and 4. These are the number sides of the right angle triangle. Now, as I said, in a right angle triangle, the hypotenuse is always the largest side. Here we have the largest side 5. So let us take the square of the largest side, that is 25. And remaining 3 and 5. If you square them, 3 square and 4 square. 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16. When you add, you get 25. So here you see the sum of the largest, the square side, 5 square is 25, and the sum of the square of the remaining two sides is also 25. Then we can say that 5 square is equal to 3 square plus 4 square. Okay, this is of the pattern h square is equal to s1 square plus s2 square. So we can say that the numbers 3, 5 and 4 are Pythagorean triplet. So in the end you have to write the answer. 3, 5, 4 is a Pythagorean triplet. Now in the same question, let us do the second sum. The numbers given here are 4, 9, 12. The greatest side here is 12. So let us take the square of the greatest side, 12 square, that is 144. The remaining two sides, 4 and 9. 4 square is 16, 9 square is 81 and 16 plus 81 is 97. So you see here 144 and 97, they are not equal. So I can say that 12 square is not equal to 4 square and 9 square. So we say that 4, 9, 12 is not a Pythagorean triplet. Now there are many sums in this question 1. Okay, since this is an easy concept, you can do the remaining sum for homework. Now we go to the next question. Okay, now look at the diagram over here. In this you can see that MNP is a right angle triangle. And you can see here one NQ here drawn as an altitude to the hypotenuse. You know that because of this perpendicular side. So whenever you see such type of figures, the similarity of right angle triangle should come in your mind. Okay, and the property of geometry mean should come in your mind. Okay, so that was just a revision of what we have done in the first video. Now let us read the sum. In the adjoining figure, angle MNP is 90 degree given. And they are saying NQ is perpendicular to MP. If MQ is 9 and QP is 4, find NQ. So the solution, first you have to mention the triangle, because you can see there are many triangles here. In triangle MNP is 90 degree given. QM is perpendicular to the hypotenuse MP. So we can say that NQ square, here NQ square is equal to MQ into PQ. Okay, so we are going to write it, and very important to write the reason. Theorem of geometric mean. Okay, and then substitute the values. MQ is 9, PQ is 4, 9 4s are 36. Okay, so NQ square is 36. Taking square root on both the sides, you have NQ is equal to 6 units. The third sum is similar to the second sum. So you are going to try the third sum on your own. Now let us look into the fourth question. Okay, in the adjoining figure, RP, you have to find RP and PS using the information given in triangle PSR. Okay, so here the triangle is given PSR. In this triangle, okay, they have given the value of SR and they are given that angle P is 30 degree. Here they are saying that they have put this perpendicular sign, meaning angle S is 90 degree. We have to find the value of RP here, RP, and we have to find PS. Now if you look at this diagram or figure, you can see that one angle is 90 degree, the other is 30. Obviously the remaining angle is 60 degree. The moment you see something like this, you should remember 30, 60, 90 triangle. Okay, so let us go to solve the solution. So we are going to mention here. Now here if you see in the triangle, in the question, it is not given that this is a 30, 60, 90 triangle. So first we have to prove that this is a 30, 60, 90 triangle, and then using this property we will be solving the remaining side. So in triangle PSR, S is given to be 90 degree, P is given to be 30 degree. Therefore R is equal to 60. Now here there is no need to show the working. There is no need to write 90 plus 30 plus R is equal to 180. There is no need. You can write the answer directly. R is equal to 60 degree and write the reason. Sum of all the angles of a triangle is 180 degree. And then you say therefore triangle PSR is a 30, 60, 90 triangle. Okay. So now we can use the theorem. By 30, 60, 90 triangle theorem, you know that side opposite. Now here we are going to use both. We have find, okay, side opposite 30 degree and side opposite 40 degree. Now look at angle P, it is 30 degree. Okay. Can you observe and see which is the side opposite 30 degree? This is 30, side opposite here is SR. So side opposite 30 degree is SR, or you can say RS. So RS, side opposite 30 degree, if you remember, it is half the hypotenuse, and hypotenuse is PR. So we can say RS is equal to half PR. You have to write the reason, side opposite 30 degree. Now RS is given to be 6. Half into PR. You cross multiplies, 6 2s are 12. So you get PR is equal to 12. So we have found out RS here. PR. Sorry, we have found PR. Now we have to find PS. Now this side is opposite 60 degree. Side opposite 60 degree is root 3 by 2 the hypotenuse. So you have here PS is equal to root 3 upon 2 into hypotenuse is PR. Okay. So we have already calculated PR over here. We have already calculated PR. Substitute. So root 3 upon 2 into 12. 2 ones are 2 6 are. So we have 6 root 3. So we have PS is equal to 6 root 3 units. Okay. The fifth sum is also a similar sum. Easy. I think you can try that on your own. We go to the sixth sum. Find the side and perimeter of a square whose diagonal is 10 centimeter. So here we have a square here. Okay. They have not given us the value of the sides, but they only said that the diagonal is 10 centimeter. Now if you observe the figure, it looks like a rectangle. Actually it is a square. But you can see that they have put congruent signs here. Okay. That all 4 sides are equal. Okay. And they have given only the diagonal. So PQRS is a square and PR here is a diagonal, that is 10. Now we have to find the side. Okay, any one side you have to find, and you have to find the perimeter. Perimeter means PQ plus QR plus RS plus SP. Since it is a square, all sides are equal. You have to first find the value of one side and then you can find the perimeter. Now the solution. You write quadrilateral PQRS is a square. PQ is equal to QR. Here you have PQ is equal to QR because it's a square. Okay, sides of a square. Now, by drawing this diagonal, you get a triangle over here. So you have a right. It's a square. So each angle is 90 degree. So you can say in triangle PQR, you have this triangle in this triangle Q is 90 degree. You have to mention the reason, angles in a square. So now you consider only this triangle, and since it is a right angle triangle, you will use Pythagoras theorem. You will say PR square is equal to PQ square plus QR square. Now here we know the value of PR square, that is a diagonal is 10, is equal to PQ square plus PQ square. Now PQ and PQ we are writing, instead of QR we are writing PR. Why? Because PQ and QR we have mentioned here, they are equal sides of a triangle. So PQ plus PQ square becomes 2PQ square. So 2PQ square, and here 10 square is 100. So we have 2PQ square is equal to 100. So PQ is equal to 100 divided by 2, that is 50. So PQ square is 50. Okay, so taking square root on both the sides, PQ is equal to root of 50, and 50 is written as 25 into 2. We have split it like this way because 25 is a square. So it becomes 5 root 5. So we got PQ as 5 root 5. That means if PQ is 5, all the sides are 5 root 5. So instead of adding 5 root 5 plus 5 root like 4 times, you only say perimeter is equal to 4 into side. That is 4 into PQ. That is 4 into 5 root 2. And you get the answer. 4 5s are 20. And therefore the perimeter of quadrilateral PQRS is equal to 20 root 2 centimeter. Now we go to the next question here. I hope you remember this figure. Either we use similarity or we have to use geometric mean over here. Let's read this question here. In the adjoining figure, angle DFE is equal to 90 degree and FG is perpendicular to ED. Okay. They have given the value of GD to be 8 and FG to be 12. Then we have to find EG. Here we have to find this EG. Second, we have to find FD here this side. And third, you have to find EF. Okay. So 3 things we have to find in this sum. Let us do it one by one. Now in the first one, in triangle DFE. DFE. In this bigger triangle, angle F is 90 degree and FG is perpendicular to DE. Okay, that is what they have written over here. Okay, therefore FG square is equal to DG into GE. That's what written over here. Reason, theorem of geometric mean. Substitute the values. Okay, and then 12 square is 12 into 12. E8, when it goes to the other side, it goes to the denominator. You cancel it and then you get EG to be 80 units. Okay, so we get EG, this to be 18 units. Okay, now we go to the next part of the same sum. I've drawn the figure here for you for your reference. Now let us consider triangle FGD. Triangle FG and D. Now if you know, look at this, this is also a right angle triangle. Okay, in this, so you have this is 90 degree, side opposite 90 degree is DF, which is the hypotenuse. So you have your FD square is equal to FG square plus GD square. Okay, so by Pythagoras theorem, you are going to find out 12 square plus 8 square. So FD is equal to 208. So FD is equal to square root of 208. By factorization method, you are going to find this value, that is 16 into 13, that is 4 root 13. Okay. Now the last one. Here also we are going to find EF. Again we are going to do the same thing, that is Pythagoras theorem. In the first thing, remember we calculated GE to be 18. Okay, and GF is 12. Now this triangle GFD is a right angle triangle. By Pythagoras we are going to find EF. Okay, so in triangle FGE, angle G is 90 degree. So by Pythagoras, EF square is equal to EG square plus FG square. 18 square plus 12 square, that is 324 plus 144. So you have EF square is equal to 468. Now 468 is not a perfect square. So by factorization method, you are going to find those values. There are different ways of finding this. Okay. So 468 is nothing. You have to split this number into 2 such that 1 is a square. So here we have 36 as a square. So 36 into 13. That is 6 root 30. So we have calculated the values. Okay, next sum here, the 9th sum, very important sum. Okay, look at the figure here. In the figure, M is the midpoint of QR. Okay, here you can see that QR is over here and M is the midpoint. So we can say that RM and MR are congruent. And triangle PRQ is 90 degree. Now we have to prove that PQ square, that is this square, PQ square is equal to 4 times PM square here. 4 times PM square minus 3 times PR square. Okay. Now whenever you have such type of sums, if you look at this, prove that it may look very difficult and complicated. Okay. Now but you see in this figure, you can see there are two right angle. One is triangle PRM and one is triangle PRQ. Both are right angle triangle. Since M is the midpoint, PM becomes the median. Okay. In the previous one, when we did in the beginning, we saw that in the triangle, right, an altitude was drawn. So we use geometric mean there and we say it could be similarity of right angle triangle. Those concepts cannot be used over here because PM is the median and not the altitude. So the only possible things what you have learned so far is Pythagoras theorem. You cannot use any other concept over here. So even in the exam such questions come, what you do is you select two triangles, write the Pythagoras theorem and keep, you will get some marks. Okay, and try to link between the two. That is what we are going to do in this sum. Now look at triangle PRQ. And in that R is 90 degree. So by Pythagoras theorem, PQ square is equal to PR square plus QR square. That is what we have written over here. PQ square is equal to PR square plus QR square. Now here if you look at QR in this seg QR, M is the midpoint. So instead of writing QR, we can write 2 times RM. I repeat, instead of writing RQ square, I will write twice RM square. So RQ is equal to twice RM. Again I write, instead QR is nothing but twice RM. Okay. So we are going to substitute this value of QR in this equation 1 over here. So again we are going to write the same thing now. Pythagoras, PQ square is equal to PR square. What we have, PR square plus, now instead of QR I will write 2 times RM square. So when I open the bracket, 2 times R becomes 4. So it becomes 4 RM square. Okay. Now let us go into this small triangle PRM. Okay. Now in triangle PRM, again we are going to use a Pythagoras theorem. That is PM square is equal to PR square plus RM square. Okay. Now here we have got a value for RM. Here also we have RM. If you look over here, we don't require RM. So we need to eliminate. There is no RM here. It is PQ and PM and PR. But here we have got RM. Here also we have got RM. We need to eliminate. Okay. So we are going to find the value of RM over here. So take this PR on the other side. So it will be RM is equal to PM minus PR. So we are going to substitute the value of this RM is equal to PM minus PR in this equation. So we are going to rewrite this equation again, the third equation again. PQ square minus PR square plus 4 times, instead of RM square, we are going to write PM minus PR. Okay. So down here, we are going to open the bracket. PQ square is equal to PR square plus 4 PM minus 4 PR square. Now here we have, so you see, we have PQ square is equal to PR, and here if you see the cursor doesn't go till down, girls, I hope you understand. You have got PQ square is equal to PR square and the last term is minus 4 PR square. So PR square minus 4 PR square is minus 3 PR square. Okay. So we have PQ square is equal to 4pm square minus 3pr square. Okay, so just to revise, what did we do? We took the bigger triangle and by Pythagoras we got an expression. PQ square is equal to PR square plus RQ square. Instead of RQ, what did we do? We wrote twice RM, we opened the bracket. Then we took the smaller triangle, then where we wrote PM square is equal to PR square plus RM. Again we had RM. This value of RM we substituted in the bigger triangle. We opened the bracket and we got the answer. Okay. Now the last question here. Okay. I'm not written the question over here. You have to go through the textbook. This sum you're going to solve on your own because it is very easy here. I've just written the diagram for you over here. Okay. Okay. So read the textbook, the last sum of that exercise. And this is the figure. Okay. Now they are asking you to find the distance between AR and BD. So you see two triangles over here, which is a right angle triangle. This is, so by Pythagoras you are going to find RC. By Pythagoras you are going to find CD, and in the end you are going to say RD is equal to RC plus CD. So it is, you are using the Pythagoras, very simple. The only part here is the calculation part because here the measurements are given in decimal. Okay, so I'm not going to explain the sum. It is by Pythagoras. You can solve it. I have written over here. Okay, so here you have RD represents the width of the street, and BD and AR are the buildings. So here you have two buildings, AR and BD. They are the two buildings and the width of the road. So the question is, we have to find the width of the road. So by Pythagoras, first you will find RC and then you will find CD and you will add it. Okay. So let's go straight over here. So you have AC square is equal to AR square plus CR square. That is 5.8 square is equal to 4.2 square plus CR. Let's go back to the figure here. 5.8 square is equal to 4.2 square plus CR square. So that is what you have over here. Okay, 5.8 square. So you take this 4.2 on the other side. So it becomes 5.8 minus 4.28 square. Now here you can do 5.8 into 5. You can find the square here, 4.2 square. You can find, multiply in the rough column, multiply and then you can subtract. That is one way. Or an easier method is, since it has got decimal, what you can do is you can use this method, A square minus B square method. That is 5.8 plus 4.2, 5.8 minus 4.2. 5.8 plus 4.2 is 10. 5.8 minus 4.2 is 1.6. So 10 into 1.6 is 16. So CR square is equal to 16 and CR is equal to 4. Okay. The sum is a very easy sum, but the tricky part here is the working over here. Okay. So you can use this method over here. Now we are going to find CD square. Okay. In triangle BDC. So it will be 5.8 square is equal to 4 square plus CD square. Okay, that we will have in the next part over here. So that is what we have over here. Okay, 5.8 minus CD square. Okay, the same thing here. 5.8 square is equal to CD square plus 4 square. Take 4 square on the other side. So again we are going to use the concept A square minus B square is A plus B, A minus B. So 5.8 plus 4 is 9.8. 5.8 minus 4 is 1.8. Okay. So here we are going to remove the decimal. After the decimal there is only one digit, so we divide by 10. 1.8, there is only one digit after a decimal, so we are going to divide it by 100. So we have 98 upon 10 into 18 upon 10. So 98 into 18. Okay, see how we have done the calculation. 98 into 18, we have written it as 98 into 2 into 9. This 18 we have split up as 2 into 9. And in the denominator 10 into 10 is 100. Okay, and this 2 we are multiplying with this 98. So it becomes 196 into 9 upon 100. Now you know that 196 is a square, 9 is a square and 100 is also a square. So here we have CD square. Therefore taking square root, CD is equal to 196 is a square of 14, 9 is a square of 3 and 100 is a square of 10. So we have reduced it like this. 14 3s are 42. 42 divided by 10 is 4.2. So in the end we have to find the width of the road. RD is equal to RC plus CD. That is 4 plus 4.2, that is 8.2. This calculation what we have done, children, you can do any method what you want. If you find this very confusing, you can do 5 into 8, 5 into 8 and then subtract it with 16 and see with somehow when you do, you will get the answer. So these type of sums you will have to practice a lot. Now the next exercise of this chapter is deleted from the portion. Okay, we have given you the portion. You can refer to the part that is given. So as far as what we have done in the first video, I have done the theorems and the properties, and in the second video I have solved the first exercise of this chapter. The second exercise of this chapter is not there, so you can delete that part. Children, once you finish watching this video, please write everything in your notebook and practice the problem set. And any doubt you have, you can always call us and we will help you. Thank you.